The first powered flight of a heavier-than-air aircraft took place on December 17, 1903. The flight lasted 12 seconds and covered 120 feet. It took place at Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. The Wright Flyer was a canard biplane configuration, with a wingspan of 40 feet, a camber of 1 to 20, a wing area of 510 square feet and a length of 21 feet. The right wing was 4 inches. The machine weighed 605 pounds. As with the gliders, the pilot flew lying on his stomach on the lower wing with his head toward the front of the craft in an effort to reduce drag. The pilot was left of center while the engine was right of center. He was steered by moving a hip cradle in the direction he wished to fly. The cradle pulled wires to warp the wings and simultaneously turn the rudder. For coordinated flight, the pilot operated the elevator lever with his left hand while holding a strut with his right. The Wright Flyer's runway was a 60-foot. The Wright Flyer skids rested on a launching dolly, consisting of a 6-foot plank with a wheeled wooden section. The 2 tandem ball-bearing wheels were made from bicycle hubs. A restraining wire held the plane back while the engine was running and the propellers turning, until the pilot was ready to be released. The first trials of the aircraft were made on the 22nd of July 1906 at Santos Dumont's grounds at Neuilly, where it had been assembled. In order to simulate flight conditions, Santos Dumont attached the aircraft under his latest non-rigid airship, the number 14, which is why the aircraft came to be known as the 14 bis. The wings, each made up of 3 cells, were at the back end configured with pronounced dihedral to make the aircraft laterally stable. The engine, a 37 kilowatt liquid-cooled, fuel-injected V8 was mounted at the extreme rear end of the fuselage, itself located almost vertically equidistant between the biplane wing panel's wing roots. With the rear mount engine driving a pusher propeller, and the pilot stood in a wicker basket immediately in front of the engine. A movable box kite-style cell at the nose, pivoted on a universal joint within it and controlled by cables, was intended for yaw and pitch control. This layout would later come to be called a canard configuration. It was constructed from bamboo and pine joined by aluminium sockets and was covered with Japanese silk.